Hello there, Brick Fanatics. The new Book Nook range is just a few days away, and right before release day, the LEGO Group has revealed a third addition to the collection. Following multiple location playsets, LEGO The Lord of the Rings is immediately entering the Book Nook range, fittingly when you consider the source material. I have to say, the variety in this collection is impressive, as all three Book Nook builds offer something entirely different, catering to a wider audience. 10367 The Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook has 1,201 pieces and one minifigure. Hopefully the days of truly affordable LEGO The Lord of the Rings sets are still possible, but for now, this is a better option. With a versatile display featuring two forms and the recent Gandalf minifigure, 10367 The Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook just about has a reasonable asking price, but it needs to be built to be believed. Oh, and it finally gives us a proper LEGO Balrog. Sorry, brickheads. As the name suggests, the Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook is the third LEGO Book Nook launching this June, and just like the Sherlock Holmes set, it can unfold and take on an entirely different form. Open the Book Nook like, well, a book, and the small cavern corridor will become an expansive chamber bathed in fire. Even the stonework takes on different gradients of colour to simulate lighting without any electronic features. It's an impressive and easily completed transformation feature that elevates this model beyond being a static Book Nook. The Balrog Book Nook isn't a minifigure-centric playset like Rivendell, Barad-dûr or the Shire, and you can't exactly create multiple scenes. Instead, this model focuses more on mixing the concept of LEGO Book Nooks with LEGO dioramas, creating something unique. Rather than focusing on using minifigures to recreate multiple scenes from the film, this model focuses on recreating just one. 10367 The Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook is a recreation of Gandalf's battle with the Balrog, Durin's Bane, at the Bridge of Khazad-dûm within the Mines of Moria. In layman's terms, there's a small bridge and a big monster trying to get across. But it shall not pass. Yes, that iconic quote is even included on a printed tile. No stickers here. You might be put off by the open sides, bottom, and back of the Book Nook. Unlike the other two Book Nook sets hitting shelves next month, this model isn't entirely enclosed. What seems jarring in official imagery has a genuine logic in practice though. Best case scenario, the books you stack next to it are huge and stop any and all light from getting into the open space, while still letting you spot the covers of the tomes through the gaps. Worst case scenario, light can still flow into the model from more angles, illuminating the interior of the model and allowing you to appreciate the details that you wouldn't otherwise see. The Balrog being all black doesn't help its case when it's entirely in the dark. Remember that Moria is a very open location as well, and completely enclosing the sides of this model wouldn't have been entirely accurate. With a relatively similar piece count to the Sherlock Holmes Book Nook, it's not likely that this was a major cost-cutting measure either. Even when it's all unfolded, the open nature of 10367 The Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook works entirely in its favour. Light naturally illuminates the fire in the background, which would have looked dull with a grey wall behind it. The fire itself is wispier than we'd like, and one area of the model that could have been improved. After all, it's not like the LEGO Group is lacking for fire elements. You might be understandably put off by the open nature of the Book Nook, but in reality, this was the right choice for the set. Even if it's a deal breaker for you, the problem is easily resolved with a few pieces of black paper. Don't let this small issue put you off the set entirely. The designer's vision can be easily amended at very little cost. Now, let's talk about the long-awaited LEGO Balrog figure. Aside from a unique LEGO Brickheads figure, this is the first proper LEGO Balrog we've ever had. LEGO video games have offered several depictions of the Balrog before, from Dimensions to the Lord of the Rings game. However, those only existed on the screen, whereas this exists in real life. After years of waiting, we're finally getting a LEGO Balrog, and it's not flawless, but it's well worth the wait. LEGO figures typically suffer all kinds of visible discoloured elements, those usually being in grey or black. While grey and black elements still pop up here and there, they arguably only really work in the set's favour, thanks to the Balrog's distinctly dark colour scheme. The posing and centre of balance of the first LEGO Balrog is well done, inviting you to use the figure beyond the Book Nook. That's not to say it's without its flaws though. You might have noticed that those wings are reused from the Felbeast gift with purchase, and on the one hand the dark colour works excellently with the Balrog. On the other, it comes across as a cheap tactic in a pretty pricey LEGO The Lord of the Rings set, and it would have been nice to see some specially designed wings uniquely fitting to the Balrog's fiery nature, especially in a set over £100. When paired with the rest of the Book Nook, the Balrog is surrounded by flames, and the gradient of colours helps to simulate the Balrog's fiery nature. On its own though, the Balrog has but a few flames on its back. Whether through transparent elements, newly designed wings with wisps of fire, or more printed pieces along the arms and body, the first LEGO Balrog simply isn't as fiery as it should be. As a first physical attempt at a LEGO Balrog, you won't be disappointed in the functionality of this figure, or that it can connect and sit neatly inside of the Book Nook. We didn't break the set build for this footage. The Balrog figure can be easily removed from the main model and sits neatly in place in but a few slots that connect to its wings. Getting it to that position can be challenging. Lining up the tips of the wing and a couple of Technic axles with the back of the build can be a bit arduous. But the effort is worthwhile to get the Balrog in place, and altogether the Book Nook and Balrog combined make for an incredible LEGO The Lord of the Rings display. The fact that you can unfold the Balrog's wings simply by opening the Book Nook is just a great bonus. Practice makes perfect with this feature, and while it will be challenging at first, a few tries will make it feel as natural as riding a bike. Despite the set's shortcomings, LEGO Icons 10367 The Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook is a thoughtful display from the LEGO Icons team. We can appreciate that they've tried to do something different with this Book Nook rather than creating something completely static, allowing you to access the Balrog figure inside. At the base price, the set is just good enough value to consider picking up on day one, and while official images might underwhelm you, this is a set that needs to be built to be believed. Hopefully, genuinely affordable LEGO The Lord of the Rings sets are still possible in this day and age. In the meantime, the Balrog Book Nook is affordable, impressively displayable in more ways than one, and it's hard to ignore the long-awaited arrival of a LEGO Balrog. Again, while cute, the brickheads doesn't really count. If anything, this set is proof of the sheer potential of the LEGO Book Nooks, and each of the 3 sets launching next month offers something entirely different, whether it be a focus on new minifigures, a crossover with the diorama concept, or the ability to become bookends. The LEGO designers are making sure there's plenty of diversity right from the start of this collection. What do you think of the first LEGO The Lord of the Rings Balrog figure? Let us know down in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and give the video a thumbs up. If you're planning on picking up the new LEGO Book Nook or any other set in the near future, you can use our affiliate link in the comments or via the QR code on screen. They'll take you straight to the online LEGO store. We get a percentage of the sale when you purchase through any of those links, and it doesn't cost you a penny extra, but it does help support the work we do here at Brick Fanatics. Make sure to visit brickfanatics.com for much more coverage on the new LEGO Book Nooks, the summer set, and our written review for the LEGO Balrog Book Nook. Sign up for our newsletter to make sure you don't miss out on anything LEGO related ever again. Have a great day and happy building!